Researchers at the University of Westminster have completed a new study looking at what factors raise injury risk for people cycling in Britain and what might keep them safe. The study, funded by the Road Safety Trust, used an innovative method called a case crossover study. This meant it could look at risk in relation to the amount of cycling and plan infrastructure that can help increase levels of cycling while making sure that each individual cyclist is safer than before.
This study was funded by the Road Safety Trust to look at cycling injury risk. And in this research, we are looking specifically at risk. We're not looking at the amount of injuries alone. And this is important because you might have somewhere where there's a lot of cycling injuries, but you don't know whether that's due to that place being riskier for each cyclist or because there's a lot of cycling. So it's really important in order to talk about road conditions, infrastructure and so on, and how we need to change our roads to make cyclists safer, we need to know about risk. We need to separate out amount of cycling from amount of risk. And the study method that we used does this. We used a case crossover method. So the case crossover method starts with a set of injuries, but then you also have a set of control sites. So the control sites are selected from routes that people were following, or in our case, routes that we modelled, prior to being injured. So you select control sites randomly from people's routes before they were injured. And what the control sites give you is a map of where people might have been injured if everywhere were equally risky, if people were injured purely at random wherever they were cycling. The next step with the method then is to compare those control sites with the injury sites in terms of road characteristics, infrastructure and so on. So for instance, if you have a much higher percentage of sites on main roads among your injury points than your control points, that suggests that main roads may be riskier. But you pull those characteristics into your regression model that you build, which tells you the extent to which each of those factors is responsible for increased or reduced injury risks.